All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to really the first video literally today. Both my brother and I, my brother on call right now, Artiki, and myself have decided to open up an AI agency. It's a super big deal, and we're going to talk about on this particular journal entry, this vlog, as we journal through the process, kind of already the mistakes that we're making as we go and some of the decisions that we're going to make moving forward. I think most important is just recording some authentic journey so that everybody can look back and see that it literally started today. Maybe the last couple of days we've been just setting up the domain, etc., etc. So I'm just going to hand over to Artiki and get him to talk to us about maybe where you were traveling, bro, and then also what happened when you came back and all of the changes in your existing business, etc. Go for it, man.
Yeah, so interesting. I have actually been traveling for about 2 months all around Europe. So I started in London, in total encapsulated around 10 countries and 17 different cities. So for me, who is not a seasoned traveler, who is very virgin when it comes to traveling around the world, it was an eye-opening experience. It was pretty cool. I got to see different ways of life. I did London, where else? London, Germany, Amsterdam, Slovenia, Croatia all the way to Italy, 3 cities in Italy, Malta to Spain, 3 cities in Spain, France, and then Dubai. So huge trip. It's safe to say that every 3 days I was traveling. Didn't really get to settle anywhere, and yeah, it was really cool. Whilst I was away, I had the chance to have my business running whilst I was away. So I've got a business that is in the sector of renewable energy. We service customers who are interested in solar, heating and cooling, as well as hot water systems. And my business partner was fortunate enough to keep things running, and I was able to support with back-end technology stuff. We had a CRM implemented with plenty of automations that were designed to increase customer contact rates. And if you're running a sales business out there, because sales is the lifeblood of any company, right? We need to survive and we need revenue coming in, and that's not coming from the old adage of sales being a dirty car salesman thing. It's just the way the economy works. If you've got a service that needs to be provided or a product that needs to be delivered, you've got a sales side of the business. Whilst I was away overseas, I could log in, I could make any changes, I could update things and made sure the business could still operate. So yeah, that encapsulates the journey and the time that I spent away.
Yeah, you did a big travel. You literally went for 3 weeks. Normally people sort of dip their toes in the water, but you decided to just do a full travel for 3 weeks, and people typically decide whether they dislike it or like it. I haven't really asked what your favorite highlight was for the overall overseas escapade. So where was the ideal place for you? What'd you find?
You know what? I actually gave out awards. So I gave out awards to different countries for various different things. As I came to the end of my trip, I thought about the best quality service that I had received. Hands down went to Dubai. Dubai is, we've all got a little friend out there that's a bit extra. They show up with a bit more extra stuff than others. Dubai is almost the same type of feel. Like there's things there for the sake of things being there. They've got the world's tallest this, the world's longest that, the world's biggest that. They've made their own island. They're making their own this. They've kind of got all the sheikhs competing against each other, trying to make the best thing in the world. So that's where I received the best quality service.
Oh, cool.
The best food goes to, most people think, Italy. Man, I got sick and tired of eating pizza and pasta every day. They eat pizza and pasta completely different to us. We tend to slap on a lot of meat, but over there, very light on meat. It's just heavy on sauce. On our pizzas, we tend to put hams plus chicken plus salamis and massive amounts of cheese. Over there, they've got a thin base with sauce and thinly sliced pieces of ham, and that's it. So yeah, really struggled to get protein over there, man, and didn't like it. So the award goes for best food goes to Spain. But yeah, the best place to party and have fun, I would say, was Germany. Germany has an underground scene where, from my perspective at least, they've gone through a lot of civil war. The Berlin Wall, I learned about it, only came down in my lifetime. So we've got this dystopian feel when you're in this particular place. Imagine a wall going up because of whatever reason, your family being on the other side, you can't actually see them at all. There's no, and then when it gets brought down, the interactions between both places was just kind of a little hit and miss. It's like one half was kind of subject to military, control, and the other side was also the same. And then all of a sudden, we've got to break it down, and harmony needs to exist. I don't think so, mate. So it was a crazy place, but there's a space there for people to reconnect over some of those atrocities that's been committed throughout the period of time. And when I look back to our country, we haven't really got any patriotism. And when we think about America having people that are diehard Americans, Germans that are diehard for their country, over here we're diehard Australians, but there's not really anything for us to combine and unite over to fight against. Maybe in recent years there seems to be more things, whether it be government forces and world changes. But those are some of the things that I experienced while I was away, man.
Nice one. Last one would be what comes to memory is the food. Although there wasn't enough protein in Italy, did you find that the carbohydrates, you didn't react or you didn't get as bloated when it came to eating a lot of the carbs over there?
You know what I really enjoyed, right, is getting fruits and vegetables in different shapes and colors than what I'm used to.
Oh.
Okay, so over here, you go to the shop in Australia, you go and get a perfectly red apple, a perfectly green, no blemishes. Over there, I had oddly shaped peaches that was a different color that tastes the best. And what I mean is everything is so freshly farmed, freshly produced, and there's such a culture there of literally ground to the store straight to your mouth.
Right.
And there's doesn't seem like there's big chains over there that run things. So that's really cool.
Personalized, and I bet the fruit has all of its seeds. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Right. Cool, bro. All right. So coming back, you came back to a lot of different moving pieces, both personally, but also with family, but also with your business. There was a merger that happened. And so that's created a lot of time. I think I was finding that when you and I would work together on any sort of given project, you were always very split for your time. And that's why I'm super excited to get this one on the roll, because what's happened essentially is you're time rich.
Yep.
And cash flow wise, you've had to sort of move that across with the merger. And so we've hit the reset button and we're starting to build something new from scratch. And we've chosen to really specialize and gather expertise level of education and also products and services that we can provide within the AI space. We see it as a new emerging industry, obviously. And sort of walk us through that process, give us maybe the one or twos there, and then we can move into what we've decided to open up.
Yeah, there's one thing I want to touch on with time for a second there, just before we move away from talking about my trip. Whilst I was away in Europe, there's a big culture of spending time with people. And what I mean by that is I'd find a lot of people go out and do all their business in the morning. They would retire for the afternoon, have what's called and what's commonly known as a siesta, and then they would go out as families again over the time of like maybe from 7 p.m. all the way through to midnight. So I'd be out on the streets, about to head out to a bar, for example, to kind of enjoy the nightlife at 11 o'clock, and I'd see a family of 5 sitting down in a restaurant having dinner with their kids, and it's completely safe. What I also learned is that over there, the value around spending quality time with people is far higher than it is for work. And their life expectancy is also high because they find that they're spending more time doing the things that they love. And, to answer this question around what you're talking about, my time allocation, some of the things that I've learned, I really want to talk about doing the things that you love. So, before getting into it, time is a man-made construct that we kind of associate with the thing that we have to do within a certain period. Okay, it's not 9 to 5. It's when you're doing things that you love, there is really no time allocated. And I've really enjoyed the ability to be able to travel, work, and then turn on my laptop when I get home at night, do some more work, then go out again, and then come back home and work whenever I want, because that whole idea and whole concept of me having to do something by a particular time frame whenever I need to do it because I need to answer to a boss has actually meant that I've been able to spend time doing things that I love. And that's also in business, not just in my own hobbies. So, let's talk about some of the things that I've kind of learned coming back is my time is rich only because I've got the concept and idea in my mind that time allocated to any job is whatever it is because I'm doing what I love. Okay. And now let's bridge into the idea and concept of AI. So I've had a conversation with so many people about AI, and there's a mixed bag out there, right?
Right.
There's people out there that go, oh, I'm scared. I don't know how I feel about it. There's some masterminds where some people are having that approach to things where they think that it loses authenticity when it comes to human touch. Probably want to stress on that particular point for a moment, that AI isn't here to replace human touch. It's to help enhance the experience of human touch.
Mhm.
All right? And some of the challenges that we've had when it comes to human touch is that people get tired, people take breaks, people feel sick, people aren't there all the time. So that anytime you go to one particular place, the experience is not always the same because people are the equation that changes it. And if you can use AI to replace experience so that experience is good all the time, there's a bridge there for humans to show up in their best capacity to be able to service the needs of customers, right? So,
You're talking about the customer experience itself.
yeah, that's right. Customer experience is really enhanced here. So for me, AI is here. Very similar to those .com eras. I'm old enough now to know that when Napster was around, when Internet Explorer was around, to now using Google Chrome, Safari, Brave, whatever else you use out there, there's been evolutions. And we've started to see the evolution of automation in a lot of businesses. AI is here to stay. The internet is here to stay. And we're probably in that early adopter / visionary stages of things with AI. So as a person that's kind of come through the .com era and learned a lot about internet and been there through the building, through the implementation, and through the, I guess, stages where it's refined to the product that we use right now, I've seen the benefits of it. And yes, it's a hard skill to learn, but it's still something to learn and something to look forward to. So that's kind of my view on where AI is. And I'm journeying on my pathway now to look at, what capabilities AI can hold for different businesses out there. Yeah.